Hi guys, and we're going to continue our talk about willpower. So far we've talked about a couple of things, and in the last video we discussed keeping the promises to ourselves. Now today I want to discuss something that people tend not to think about when we're talking about willpower, and that is, are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to pay the price that's necessary to achieve the goal that you have? And that is macro goals. I mean, what you want for your life, the big goals. And that also includes your micro goals, the things that I want for today. Do I want to get my 10,000 steps? Do I want to get 8 glasses of water? It includes all of those. And what I want to talk about today is thinking about what it's going to cost to achieve the goal that we want. So, in other words, it's very easy to say, okay, I want to get up and I want to go jogging at 5 in the morning. Now, I'm making that statement. I have all of the motivation and I feel passionate about all of this, and I haven't taken the time to think things through. Because jogging at 5 in the morning means, for me personally, getting up at about 20 minutes past 4, which means everyone's asleep, even the birds. I can promise you, I know that because I've been getting up at that time. Everything's asleep. It feels like you're going to jog at midnight. Also, if I need to get up earlier, that means I need to go to bed earlier, which means I may not be able to watch all of the series or the movies that I want to. And also, if I go to bed earlier, it means I have to eat my dinner earlier, which means I need to have dinner ready earlier, which means I need to get the kids ready for bed earlier, and it has this ripple effect. So before you make a resolution, before you make a promise to yourself, as we discussed yesterday, ask yourself, what price am I going to pay for this? And then together with that, once I really know what this is going to cost me, I need to brutally honestly look at myself and ask, am I willing to pay this price? Am I willing to get up earlier? Am I willing to go to bed earlier? Am I willing to give up all of those other things and change all of those other things in my routine just so I can get to bed earlier, so that I can get up earlier, so that I can go jog? Is it really that important to me? And this is now the time where you really need to be brutally honest. Because otherwise you're just going to make the resolution and you're going to break another promise to yourself. So guys, it's very, very important. What is this going to cost me? Because with every promise, every decision that I make for myself, it is going to have a knock-on effect on something else. So before you make a resolution, I want to ask you, this is a new type of exercise. I want to ask you to go and sit down. Write down what it is you want to do. If it is to cut out sugar completely from your diet, that's something I'm going through now. I've reached a point where I've realized how much sugar my family is consuming again, myself included. And it's not willy-nilly, it's because there's something called diet creep. It creeps up on you, just a little bit here, a little bit there. And ever since basically Christmas, it's just progressively gotten more and more and more. And if you decide to remove all sugar from your diet and from your family's diet, go and sit down. Write down what the effect of that is going to be. What is it going to cost you? It's going to cost you time to sit and figure out a meal plan. It's going to cost you time, most likely, to do the meal prep for that, because otherwise, if you don't do that, you know it's going to be way too easy to just fall back, grab something easy, grab a piece of bread, buy a takeaway, and you're going to undermine all of the progress you've made, and you're going to break a promise to yourself. Are you willing to pay that price? Are you willing to pay the price of going through sugar withdrawal? Are you willing to pay the price of constantly telling your kid no when you go to the shop and they ask for sweets? And knowing and having the bigger benefit in mind for them, and trying to teach them the benefit of delayed gratification versus immediate gratification, instant gratification. So go and write down what that is going to cost you, whatever it is that you want to do, want to achieve, and then make the decision if you're really up for paying the price of what that is going to cost. This just makes it, if I think about it this way, just so much more amazing when you consider that God knew everything. He didn't have to go and write down what the cost would be, but He knew what the price would be for each one of us, what price He would have to pay, and that He was willing to pay it. He paid the ultimate price. Jesus paid the ultimate price for each one of us. And there's so much inspiration for me in that. So, ladies, I want to challenge you, before you make any big decisions of something you want to achieve, please go, sit, take a moment and think. Write it down and look at it. Have it physically in front of you. And then make your decision, rather than breaking another promise to yourself and undermining your own willpower and self-respect. We can't have discipline unless we respect our own word to stick with what we've decided. So I want that to sink in a little bit. We can't have discipline unless you respect your own decision that you've decided what you're going to do. So ladies, I'm going to leave you with that one. We're going to continue the talk about willpower in the next one. And remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made.